What if you could 100x your dating success right now if you are a guy in campus by only adopting 4 traits? I remember back in 2018 when I was a freshman in campus. I had this dream of slaying all them chicks around the campus. But things on the ground were very different because, first of all, I couldn't talk to women. It was so hard. Number 2, the women were too intimidating. Well, potato. And so in this video, these 4 traits that I will talk about will help you actually attract quality women, and it will be so much easier to slay them chicks. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's get into it. Number 1 is having direction. Now, I was seeing this girl. We met in campus. She used to come to my place and we would have this strange funny dance. I know you're going to love this story. We would start by making out and being romantic, blah blah blah. I would even go down on her. She would let me do all these things, but when it came to the main course, when I wanted to enter the tunnel, she would say no. And me being a nice guy who respects women, I would tell her, okay, we are not going to force things. We will do it at your own pace. And then throughout the night, I would try to no luck. And this went on for like 6 months. My goal was to slay at least 100 girls in campus. But the moment she gave me attention and she showed me that you can have this coochie, I totally forgot about my goal. I lost direction and my only focus was on her. And so the first mistake that guys do is settling down with the first woman that gives them some coochie. Having direction is simply having a goal and keeping your eyes locked on that goal. Set your goals. It might be as superficial as mine, or it might be something even greater that serves the humanity. Point being, your focus should be on something greater than just focusing on one woman, giving her all your attention and making her the center of your life. So trying to accomplish things out into the world, just like trying to fuck as many women as possible or trying to make as much money as possible, it doesn't really matter. So long as your mind has a clear direction towards something, then you are on your way to start slaying so many chicks. Number 2 is assertiveness. Now, this was the second week of orientation in campus. And I met this girl. I knew her from high school. She had a friend. I had a crush on her friend. And so, at around lunchtime, we decided to go eat together. Now, in my pockets, I only had $2. This $2 was my fare back home, my lunch, and my dinner. But when we went to the restaurant, the food was exactly $2. Put yourself in my shoes. Another scenario, this time I was living with a roommate and we had been visited by 5 other guys. They used to visit us regularly. Now, it was also that period, lunchtime, and we wanted to eat, but we didn't want to eat and these guys are not eating. But we were also too afraid to ask these guys to chip in so that we can buy food and eat together, that we spent 5 days worth of food on these guys so that they like us. This is the typical life of a guy in campus. Guys are too afraid of being rejected, of being disliked, that they are willing to suffer in order to impress other people. And so this brings us to assertiveness. Assertiveness is just standing up for yourself and being like, okay, this is where I stand. This is what I have. This is what I have to offer. And this is what I am willing to take. And so whether it's a woman or a man, putting yourself first and asking yourself like, okay, how does this benefit me? Does she add value? Is she benefiting me in any way? If not, then you stand your ground and you're like, okay, I don't think I can afford that. I will just go eat somewhere else. You guys have eaten here enough. So it's time for you to start chipping in. In fact, buy us lunch today. Doing this, putting yourself first, women will find this attractive because Women don't want weak men. Women don't want pussies. They want men who can stand up for themselves and for them, because they are looking at, okay, if there is danger, what is going to happen here? Is he going to fold, or is he going to stand up for himself? Number 3 is boundaries. Now, I had joined this organization. So this one time we were in the office with 2 women who are married, and I was a dog. So we were flirting, we were playing around. And so I saw an opportunity, and I thought, let me escalate this. And so I started touching both of them, and they were all receptive. So imagine this scenario. You see 2 attractive women, they are fighting for your attention, and they are receptive to your moves. And so this is a threesome. This is a threesome in the office. Oh, a dream come true. But then I snapped back to reality, and I stopped that. We went home. But I later called each one of them and explained to them that I am not the type of guy who plays around with married women. And this was the first time that I set boundaries with women. And I set standards for myself. And this became a snowball effect. And I started asking myself, okay, where else should I enforce boundaries? And so I was a nice guy. I had all these women who I was simping for. I was that male orbiter. I was the king of the simps. And so I cut them off. I deleted their numbers. And then the girls that I was truly interested in, I stated my intentions. Like, I am not trying to be your friend. It's time for me to take you out. And this translated also into me asking myself, okay, who are the guys who are disrespecting me? And I went and confronted each and every guy. There were not many, around 4 guys. I went and confronted them with this newfound confidence and standards. The moment you enforce boundaries, you are clearing out the people who disrespect you, the women who take advantage of you. You are stating, this is who I am and this is what I am willing to take. Other than that, just walk away. Women will chase you automatically, whether you are ugly, whether you are attractive. So long as you are giving her attention, she did something, you checked her. You demonstrated value. And value comes from scarcity. Her knowing that some behaviors that she does with other men will not fly with you makes you unique, makes you a scarce guy. Because in campus, I'd say 90% of men, they are just simps. They are just trying to use all these tactics to get laid. But if you enforce boundaries, I am telling you, the women that you meet, 100% will be attracted to you. And then lastly is being carefree. I remember I had dropped out of university for like 1 year. My parents thought, our boy is in school doing his best to become an economist. And I was deathly afraid of actually breaking the news to my parents, because a lot of sacrifices at home were being made so that I could be in school. I decided, okay, I've already dropped out of school. I have already checked all the guys and all the women in my life who are disrespecting me. Now I am a respected guy. I have something going on in my life. I have a direction. I know what I want. I wondered, why am I afraid of breaking the news to my parents? And it's not like it's going to change my decision. And so I decided I am going head on to face it. And I broke the news to my parents. Turns out, it was not such a big thing. They were understanding, and they actually supported me in my mission. And so this gave me a new confidence. I had some guys who I had debt to that I was avoiding, and I decided, okay, I'm going to confront them, tell them the reality. I don't have the money right now, but I will pay you because I am doing something. And guys, being carefree is the most attractive quality that I think for me has 100x'd my dating results. Because mostly, I don't really care about the outcome so long as I am truly honest with myself. And guys, being carefree is just being able to accept the consequences of your actions without expectations. And so, whether you are approaching a woman, the moment you start caring about, is she going to reject me, it affects you. The moment you take a risk and you're like, is it going to work? Then, when it's not going to work, you are affected by it. And the carefree mindset is this mindset of, I am going to take this risk. I know it may have positive returns or negative returns, but either way, I choose how I react to the outcome. And that's the thing. The secret to being carefree is choosing how you react to the things you cannot control. And so that is why it is so attractive, because now you have this freedom to approach any woman that you want, because you truly don't care about the outcome. You are just having fun. You are just being true to yourself. Guys, these 4 things, if you implement them 100%, you will 100x your dating success. And if you don't have a dating life, then obviously you will get a dating life. This works very well when you are in campus and even when you come out into the real world. And so, if you got value from today's video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.